Students, in this video we are going to study about population interaction. This is an important topic in which there is an interaction of one or more species. For any species, for the survival of any species, there is a requirement of at least a species, maybe for the food, for the shelter, or for the breeding purpose. Now, for that, where the interaction is there in between two or more species, that interaction is known as interspecific interaction. These interactions may be beneficial, it may be harmful, or it will have no effect on the other species. If the species is having a beneficial effect or it benefits the growth or perpetuance of the other species, then it is defined as or designated as plus. If due to presence of one species is harming the growth of other species, then it is defined or designated as negative sign. And when there is no harm or benefit of one organism with respect to the other, then it is known as neutral and is assigned as 0. First of all, coming to the first interaction, that is predation. In predation, it is an interaction in which one member benefits and the another species is detrimental. For example, the superior species which is affecting the growth of the other. In predation, there are two main populations. One is that of a predator and another is that of a prey. For example, in carnivore and herbivore interaction, the carnivorous animals eat up other animals, and herbivorous animals which either eat parts or seeds of a plant are in a way also predation or the predators, because they are also act as a predators because they are eating plants or the seeds of the plants, and because of this they remove the individuals or future individuals from that population. If the carnivores are feeding on herbivores, then this will act as a predator and this is act as a prey. And if the herbivores are eating plants, seeds or the any part of the plant, then this will become the predator and the plants will become the prey. So this is the interaction. Another interaction is that of plants, wherein the insectivorous plants, for example Venus flytrap, Nepenthes or Urticularia, these insectivorous plants are feeding on insects for its food. So these insectivorous plants will act as predator and the insects on which these plants are feeding are called as prey. Another term in predation is phytophagous. Phytophagous organisms are the organisms that feed on plant sap and other parts of the plants. For example, insects. There are nearly 25% of insects that are phytophagous in nature. And because of this, there is a problem that arises, like in case of animals, if a predator is coming, so by sensing that a prey can able to move out of the reach of predators. But if the prey are plants, for example in case of herbivores, in plants the herbivores are the predators for the plants. For that, to run away in such situation from the predators, plants have evolved certain changes within themselves so that they can get away from the predators. That may be morphological changes, they may produce chemicals, they may camouflage themselves or can produce certain chemicals that may occur as poison for the predators. For example, in case of morphological changes, plants produces thorns and spines in case of cactus and acacia. These are the some defensive structures that a plant produces so that the herbivore cannot able to attack on it, and these are the defensive structures to take away from, to keep predators away from them. Another is the chemicals. Some plants produce or store chemicals among them that make the herbivores sick, and when these plants are eaten, they inhibit the feeding or digestion, and it may even disrupt the reproduction of the organism who eat these plants. For example, if a herbivore eats Calotropis, a weed, it produces a poisonous substance, that is glycosides. So it is going to disrupt their feeding or the digestion process, and sometimes may kill them also. Apart from them, there is also another uh, another defensive structure, defensive characteristic, that is camouflagation, in which some species like insects and frogs, they camouflage or they cryptically colored themselves according to the surroundings or in which they are present, and they camouflage themselves so that they cannot be easily detected by the predators. So the predators cannot able to distinguish from the environment, and they get escaped. Another characteristic by which predator can be avoided, that is in case of monarch butterfly. In this, monarch butterfly acquires a chemical during a caterpillar stage by feeding a poisonous weed, by which these monarch butterfly then becomes highly tasteful to the predators. Once they are eaten by the predators, because of the presence of that chemical substance, they becomes highly distasteful, and the predator throws away these prey, and these escapes out from being eaten away. Predation also plays an important role in the biological control of weed and pest. So what are biological controls? Biological controls are the methods that are adopted in agriculture and which are based on prey regulating ability of the predator. For example, in case of Australia, during early 1920s, there was an introduction of prickly pear cactus called Opuntia in 1920s, and these prickly pear cactus has caused havoc by spreading rapidly into million hectares of rangeland. To control the growth of these prickly pear cactus, there is the involvement of, or the it has been controlled by adopting the predator, that is cactus feeding predator called moth. These moths were introduced to control the growth of prickly pear cactus, and with the introduction of this natural habitat, this predation of prickly pear or the prey moth was acting as a predator for prey, and the land was controlled by using the biological control. Apart from this, predation also plays significant roles. First is by maintaining the species diversity in a community, and by reducing the intensity of competition among competition prey species, predators play a major role. In the next video, we are going to study about competition. Thank you.